Hello and welcome to Stoke Fan TV. It's Friday night, there's nothing on TV. What else better than to sit down and listen to Sam and I waffle on about Stoke City Football Club. Right, Sam, straight into it. Where are we going to start with today's show?
Sheffield Wednesday game.
Sheffield Wednesday game. Yeah, right, 1-1.
1-1.
Was it a point well earned? Was it points dropped? Were we lucky to get away with it, or did we do really well?
I'd say it was a lucky point, to be honest.
Yeah, go on.
It's very critical we didn't lose that game, and we didn't. So I'm trying to see as many positives out of it as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Great goal by Kundal.
Kundal, after you were giving him a bit of a ribbon in the last video we did, he must have watched it and stepped up.
Great goal, well done.
Great goal. Shame he got in the way of Jon Walters' shot, but that's unfortunate. It's just one of them things that happens. But a game of 2 hours, I thought.
It was.
First half, oh man, I think we were lucky to get away with it a bit, weren't we?
Yeah, definitely. Poor first half.
Multiple chances, hit the bar, goal disallowed.
Yeah.
Anything else? A great save by Iverson as well. I've got to say that. I thought that was a fantastic save.
Yeah.
So I think that, but listening to what Schumacher was saying in his post-match interview, grit and determination to hold on when they were whilst we're under pressure, which is good.
They come back from being down again, which is better than what we could have said a few months ago.
Absolutely. Second half, obviously, we conceded. What did you make to the goal we conceded?
The ball comes in. It wasn't dealt with. Nobody really headed it away very well. Ball bounces in the box and chap runs in. It's his first time and it's a goal. It all happened a bit quick, to be fair. Could have been defended better from the actual cross, but...
Yeah, good finish though.
It was a good finish.
Yeah, bouncing ball, letting it bounce a few times, not great. But
No.
still, But then obviously 1-0 down. But then second half, it seemed to change a bit. Do you think the substitutions made a difference?
Well, it looks like it. He brought Bejon on and Kundal. Made a difference, didn't it? I think they were a lot more attacking and it showed really.
I think absolutely. I think we were just a better team in the second half. I mean, both those players that you mentioned, obviously, great finish by Kundal.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant finish. Campbell had a role to play in that. Obviously, no, you haven't mentioned he didn't come on as a sub, but Bejon as well sold the dummy through to Campbell, and then obviously
good layoff to Kundal.
Brilliant. Yeah. Excellent. There's me as well. There's me slating the centre attacking mid in the last video, and then in that goal, it did seem to work.
It did.
That was obviously Campbell though. Again, he was dropping a lot.
He was playing as a false nine.
Well, he was dropping deeper there, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Again, like a false nine, which is again another reason why I don't know why we don't maybe adopt that system rather than the camp.
I'd like to see Kundal play again against Plymouth. I think he's probably the perfect player to play against Plymouth because he knows them. And I'm all for rewarding good performances to players when they come on and make a difference.
Yep.
He's come on, he's made a difference.
Yep.
He knows Plymouth. Give him a game on Saturday against Plymouth.
What do you lot think? Do you think Kundal, obviously he's bagged a goal in his last one, should he start the next game? So we're going to have a look forward to the Plymouth game in a second. Massive game.
Yeah.
Do you want to start though? Should we start with some of the messages that we've had from fans?
We've had some voice messages in. Shall we have a look?
Yeah.
Hi guys, Alan from York. Just thought I'd give you a quick call just to let you know my thoughts on the game at Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough. First half performance, we were very lacklustre, 6s and 7s all over the place. I thought Wednesday bombarded us. They kept coming forward, had 4 or 5 good chances. Really should have had the game dead and buried by the first half. Having said that, we did go down to a bit of a wild shot in the second half, but pulled one back through a great substitution and a super finish from young Kundal and a great mental from the 4,000 Stokies. It's a shame, we have 4,000 at an away game. That's probably more than Port Vale will get at home, probably. But having said that, we just didn't quite cut the mustard. We could have nicked it in the end if someone hadn't have got in the way of a shot. Hey-ho, onwards and upwards to the next one. Cheers.
Back from Sheffield Wednesday, Saturday, looked at everything, thought, what can we do? How can we improve? 12 wins, 11 draws, 20 losses. It's a bit like the grass needs cutting. Come on, Stoke.
Once again, very poor defence, absolutely incredible. Lucky to come away with a point really, but we'll take it and move on to the next game.
Thoughts on Sheffield Wednesday? it was 2 points dropped. However, I think it was just as important that we made sure Sheffield Wednesday didn't get all 3 points and put even more pressure on us. So in that respect, it was a solid point gained, really. I still think we only need 4 points, and games against Plymouth and Bristol City at home, 4 points is achievable fairly comfortably, should be. But we know what our home record's like as well. So I think massive game on Saturday. Plymouth now is the biggest game of the season without doubt. They'll want to get one up on Schumacher as well, so they're not going to make it easy. The crowd need to be bouncing on Saturday and drag them 3 points over the line. And then 1 point from Southampton or Bristol City, I think, is enough to stay up. So fingers crossed we can get the job done.
I'm happy to take the point. At least it's 0, not like 0 points. I feel like Campbell shouldn't have started, but I could see that he put him on because obviously probably just to save a bit of energy in the other players. But I feel like we could have started low as well. I feel like that would have been a good shout, maybe. But overall, happy that we got a point in. Hopefully we'll get 3 points on Saturday against Plymouth.
My thoughts for Saturday, it's a must-win game. We have to be offensive on the front foot. No doubt about it, 3 points in the bag, home win. It has to happen. 4-4-2 or 4-2-4 has got to be the formation with the 2 wing-backs either side, as I've said. McAnally and Rose, my liabilities for the season, they've got to be steadfast. And again, Thompson at the back and Edna Stevens possibly. 3 points is a definite must. I don't know what we'll get at Southampton. I'd take a point if we can win on Saturday at home and also get the points against Bristol City. 9 points up for grabs, minimum of 4. 6 will definitely see us stay up.
I just hope that on Saturday the manager gets the selection right, the tactics right, because they are coming with a strong following, and I guarantee you they're coming to win. Go on, Stoke.
So thank you to those who sent us voice messages and video messages. What do you make to those voice and video messages, Stoke fans? Sam, what do you think to those points that those fans have been making just now?
Great points. Thank you everyone for sending your messages in. The chap that's talking about how important it was that we got a point, basically mirroring what I said at the start of the show.
Yeah.
Important that we didn't lose that last game.
Yeah.
And we need to basically respond with a win against Plymouth on Saturday.
Yeah, the fans obviously in that one, a couple of them there just mentioning how important it is to get a result against Plymouth and the importance of that game. They are going to be coming to the Bet365 and they are going to be really up for it.
And they've got a lot of fans coming up, Plymouth have, and he also mentioned in there that we need to be loud on Saturday at the ground.
Also, a couple of responses, as you just mentioned, to the Sheffield Wednesday game. A couple of them saying that, you know, that the point is good. Sean, cut your grass, mate. But no, Sean was obviously at the game. He's one of the fans that was there. He's come back, he's analysing. I think a lot of Stoke fans are analysing what kind of season we've had, why it hasn't quite gone to plan, and what we need to do. But the first thing has to be, obviously, we've got 3 massive games now, all cup finals really, haven't we?
Yeah, so one of the chaps said we needed at least 4 points. I don't know if he's referring to 4 points as in the one we've just got plus another win, but I still think we need another 4 points.
Absolutely. But as I said, a point, I think we should go with a point earned against Sheffield Wednesday. I also think, because I was a bit critical, I should say, of Laurent before. Great clearance off the line towards the end of the game as well. Captain's clearance, that was, It
was a good point against Sheffield Wednesday in the grand scheme of things, wasn't it?
It was always going to be a very tough game.
Both teams up for it.
Yeah, and we took a lot of fans there, didn't we?
Yeah, brilliant away backing.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely
best
fantastic.
In the league on that day, to be fair.
Best in the league every week, obviously, best in the league every week.
Yeah.
Right, so there you go. There's our responses to those messages. As I said, what do you think? Let us know. Get in touch. What we're talking about next?
So the other day we went up to the ground before the Swansea away game, and we asked the fans about the permanent signing of Jon Walters as technical director.
That's very true. Well remembered.
So we asked the fans if you thought it was a great decision, and this is what you had to say.
Johnny Walters, you happy with that appointment?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think he knows what he's doing, and
fans are happy with it.
Now, Johnny Walters been confirmed as technical director. You happy with that decision?
I am, yes. I'm surprised it's been taken already, but I'm presuming that he's doing stuff behind the scenes that has impressed Mr. Coates.
Yep. And he's done a good job so far.
He's done a reasonable job so far because he's united the fans, which was the big problem, I think.
Absolutely.
Especially at home games, and we've seen the difference already.
Appointed now?
Yep.
Happy with that decision?
Yeah, love it. Love
Yeah.
it. You can see, since he's come, you can see a real togetherness within the club, within the players, and within the fans as well. So that's what, if you bleed Stoke, that's what you need, isn't it?
If you bleed
Passion.
Stoke. Yeah, what's your thoughts on Johnny Walters stepping in, being the new technical director?
God, he's super John.
Super John.
Yes.
Yeah, making a difference.
Yeah.
Thoughts, just quickly, Johnny Walters, full-time technical director now, happy with that?
Yeah, we'll have to see, but we've got the DNA of Stoke back. He keeps going back, and obviously all his thoughts and views look pretty good for the future. So we need to be it all together, and let's get behind the team, see where we go to.
Johnny Walters, technical director, you all happy with that?
Brilliant. Oh, yeah.
Permanent appointment?
100%, yeah.
Johnny Walters then, coming in, permanent technical director.
Good
You happy
move.
with that? Good
Yeah.
move.
Because at the end of the day, he knows the DNA of the club. He knows what the fans want. He knows what Coates wants at the end of the day. And let's be fair, no one can be as worse as bloody living La Vida Loca. I mean, he was as useful as a chocolate fire god, wasn't he? Let's be fair.
Johnny Walters, been confirmed as technical director. You happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, between him, Schumacher, Coates, look, with safety, the next 5 games is all about safety, and let's face it. But then, hopefully, we can have a reset between John, Schumacher. We can get this team solid and back to where it should be.
So there you go, Stoke fans. I think that was pretty obvious from everybody's reaction that having Super Johnny Walters as in a permanent role is
excellent.
There is nothing negative anybody's got to say about that.
Welcome home, John.
Welcome home, John. Just get your boots out, because we could do with a few more goals coming in. We really could. But no, it's positive, isn't it?
It is positive. It's the club have needed to make a positive signing of player or whatever for ages to get the fans boosted up, and I think bringing Jon Walters in was just excellent. So well done.
I've sensed a different vibe around since he's come in. Obviously, being Stoke, we start well and then maybe we dip off in form, and we haven't necessarily been consistent since he's come in every game. But there seems to be a bit of a different vibe, and obviously we went to the Middlesbrough game, didn't we?
Yeah.
Where he asked for a wall of noise, and there was that wall of noise. And I think somebody like Jon Walters understands what the club is about.
Yeah.
And a couple of those comments in there saying, he's coming in and he does understand the fans, he does understand the atmosphere, he does understand what's needed. So let's hope that, next year when we're in the Championship still, fingers crossed, fingers crossed, that he can really help from being in that position that he's in. What do you think to that, Stoke fans? Are you happy? I'm sure the majority of you are, but if you're not, you know what to do. Comment below, but I can't see why you wouldn't be. But that's just our opinion. Maybe we're wrong. Right, Plymouth
game.
Plymouth game tomorrow.
What are you reckoning? Predictions? You're quite good at these predictions.
I'm not. I'm just a fluke it. Plymouth at home.
Just take into consideration, Plymouth have never won at Stoke ever.
Yeah, and they're playing against their old manager. Now, obviously, it might just be us, but every time we seem to play against a manager that's managed Stoke, we don't seem to do very well. So I'm hoping for a 2-0 win.
Yeah, we should have the advantage, I think, on Saturday.
I'm hoping for a 2-0 win. That would be my prediction, but depends how our defence holds up. Really, I mean, they are going to come and they're going to be going for it, and they're going to be really up for the fight.
Yeah.
But as I said, having somebody like Schumacher, who's obviously managed them already this season,
and knows them.
Yeah, you've got a player like Kundal in there who's played with them full time if he's playing.
Yeah.
I think that we've got a good. I think I'm confident, but then they've just beaten top of the league. Leicester are a weird team, aren't they? They're up and down.
They've been awful. They've been on awful form, haven't they? Really recently.
Yeah. Go on, Sam. What's your prediction?
Well, I was going to go with 2-0 as well.
Were you?
Yeah, I
You know
was.
what that's going to mean? It'll be a draw.
I think Stoke have got the upper hand in this game, with our manager and a few of the coaching team at Stoke coming from Plymouth, knowing the Plymouth team. You'd have thought that they'd have done. They've got the research, haven't they? So Stoke really should be able to go out and have a plan. Hopefully,
we've got to pick up some points.
We can't lose it.
We can't afford to lose.
Can't lose it.
Southampton and Bristol, the games after, are going to be tough matches.
I originally said we weren't going to win the Southampton game, but you can't say anything with football because we could win all of them. You never know, do you?
I think that Southampton game will be tough. Anyway, we're ahead of the Plymouth game.
Yeah.
Just quickly then, teams for the team that you would pick, key players.
First time I've said it all season, but after Cundle scored the other game, he's a player that knows the Plymouth team.
Absolutely.
So it would be stupid if he doesn't play.
Well, what I always find a bit strange, or I have found a little bit strange, is that obviously Schumacher's he likes to chop and change quite often.
Fitness though, isn't it? I'd probably put it down to fitness reasons.
Maybe. I'm just one of these who likes to think if you've got a winning team or you've got a team that's come back and finish games strongly, then the next game I would probably stick with that same team. And then then obviously bring the subs on, chop and change throughout.
Jono and Cundle need to play basically. So I think that we need to look at the defence really for the Plymouth game. With full-backs mainly. Ben Wilmot and Jordan Thompson playing at full-back. I didn't understand it really first half against Sheffield Wednesday on the weekend.
I'm not going to lie, when I saw the starting lineup in general for that game, I was a bit like, really?
Yeah.
It does sometimes pick some quite strange lineups. Do you think it's down to fitness?
It's got to be down to fitness. When you've got Keanu Hoover and Chamadou as right backs of the club, and you're playing Ben Wilmot as right back, there's got to be something fitness related going on.
And then when you've got Ender Stevens on the bench, who comes on?
He comes on just after half time to replace the centre mid.
And then Thompson goes into
centre mid.
But I don't know, man.
It's got to be a fitness thing.
It's
got to be, and I think it's been an issue at Stoke for ages. We need more full-backs. We need to sign a couple of full-backs.
Yeah, well, 100%. That's 100% because that should have happened in January.
Yeah, well, it could have happened.
And it's really come back to bite us, I think.
Yeah, we need full-backs.
Anyway, Stoke fans, let us know your thoughts on the Plymouth game. What do you think the score's going to be? Who needs to play for Stoke? What formations do we need to go? Leave them in the comments. Leave them in the comments below, I think.
Yes.
And just get a conversation going in there. Yeah. This is now going out onto YouTube, but it's going out onto Facebook as well, we've decided. Yeah. We're going to try and bring it you on multiple platforms. Because we're not sure where you're watching it, but we just hope, you're enjoying it, we want to watch it.
We want as many people to get involved as possible.
Absolutely.
This channel is about you guys, the fans, and we want you to send us your voice messages so we can get you on the show.
That's right. I mean, you don't necessarily just want us waffling, do you, all day long. Thank you again to those people who sent us the voice messages and video messages. Again, get a conversation going about them. What did you think to them? I thought they were brilliant. Thanks very much just for sending them. We've had people commenting on the posts.
Yeah.
Brilliant, but send us those comments as in voice format.
Or a video.
Why not? Because then, it's like...
Yeah.
People do it, don't they, for praise and grumble.
Yeah.
Do it for Stoke Fan TV.
Yeah.
And we'll get your name up in lights.
We will.
You go viral.
And you can share it if you do it with us as well.
Absolutely. Right then, so any more before we go?
I really hope that we come out and actually have some passion and put a fight up. There'll be a lot of fans there. Make sure that you're loud and you're supporting the boys because we're going to need it.
It's going to be a massive game.
Massive.
Absolutely huge. Biggest game for Stoke in a long time.
It's biggest game for Stoke since relegation.
A long time. And if we get a win, the place is going to be rocking.
It is. And if we get a win, I reckon we're that close to being safe.
We're that close. So close, we can taste it. But it's the hope that kills you. So we're just going to hope and pray. Right. Another episode of Stoke Fan TV for you folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you're watching it on YouTube. If you're watching it on Facebook, don't forget to give us a follow. And we'll see you after we beat Plymouth on the weekend.
Obviously.